Hi, everybody. My name is Lisa Kessler with Kessler Insurance, and I'm here today on behalf of Cheers for Charity New Hampshire. And I am here, as usual, with my fantastic friend, Joanne Burchuk. Hi, Joanne.
Hey, Lisa. Well, it's very great to be here today. I'm Joanne Burchuk with Lighthouse Physical Therapy, and I do have the pleasure today of introducing Lisa with the Krempel Center in Portsmouth. Lisa, please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about the Krempel Center and what services you guys provide there.
Will do. Thank you so much. So I'm the executive director of Krempel Center, and we are a community program for people living with acquired brain injury. Usually people aren't sure what acquired brain injury means, so I just wanted to go over that. So it means that someone was living their life without a disability, and at age 18 or 48 or 68, their lives are suddenly turned upside down due to a traumatic brain injury, a stroke, tumor, or other kind of assault to the brain. So that life trajectory they were on comes to a sudden halt, and their independence, their cognitive abilities, communication skills, physical functioning, social lives, careers completely upended. So this often leads to isolation and depression. So that's where Krempel Center comes in. We provide opportunity for people to build and rebuild skills, connect with other people who really get what they're going through, get the support they need, and explore new life interests. And we've been doing that in person at the community campus in Portsmouth for 20 years. But since late March, we've been running our programs virtually. And we've served hundreds of brain injury survivors over 20 years, and we offer our services on a sliding scale. No one's turned away due to inability to pay. And on a given month, we see about 70 brain injury survivors and serve over 100 each year. So we know we're just scratching the surface of need. We see about 25 new participants in our program each year, but I estimate there are about 250 new brain injury survivors needing our services in the greater Seacoast region each year. So, getting about 1/10 of the need. So opportunities like this is really great. We appreciate the chance to spread the word. Thanks so much.
Oh yeah, definitely. So can you share a little bit about an experience somebody would have in your organization? What they have different groups they're going to be
so like what does it look like, right?
What does it look like?
Here's the concept and the practical, what does it look like practically? So our program runs Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and we have a daily schedule. What the people that come to our program are called members, and our members, once they join the program, can participate in any quantity that they so choose. So they can come for the full day, they can come 3 days a week, they can attend once a month, they can come to one group we offer, so it's very much sort of like a club, if you think about it that way, or like a gym membership, where you just come and go with what makes sense for you. We offer twice a day. We offer, right now virtually, we're doing 3 groups in the morning, 3 groups in the afternoon, and a community meeting. So twice a day we're offering groups, classes, and then we're having this larger community meeting, and then we have a chance to socially connect at lunch as well. So our program runs for about 10 to 2. So we have our community meeting to start, then we say, these are the group, in addition to just connecting with folks and doing updates, et cetera, we're also saying, this is what we're offering today. And then people can select from, a variety of choices and head into that group, and then reconnect at lunch, then go to the afternoon group. And our groups are focused on a handful of things. So on psychological health, one thing I should be very clear about is, I think any one of us can imagine the psychological impact of that sudden change of life. And so there's a mourning process, there's a learning and understanding, who you are and what you have, how this has impacted you and your family. So we provide a lot of opportunities for psychological support and, sort of peer-to-peer support. We have skill-oriented groups, so functional skills like computers and cooking, and then we have groups that are more oriented towards wellness, whether it's physical or general well-being. So those are some broader categories, but also we focus on, or very importantly, we focus on creative arts and other recreational activities. So practically speaking, what that looks like is yoga, meditation, as I said, cooking and computers, communication communication and cognitive skill building. So, just a wide variety, and it changes every day. Changes that what we offer in the morning is different than the afternoon. Lots of choice and a lot of self-direction that happens, which is really important after you've had a lot of control taken out of your life, to regain some control and independence.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's exciting. And I would imagine a lot of these people, if they've had a traumatic brain injury, are not able to drive. Is there some sort of transportation also in order to get people there?
Well, I'm sure you've heard that transportation is such a huge issue in the social services world.
Yeah.
The people who are most in need are most not likely to have, the transportation they need. And it's really hard to create that infrastructure in the community. Some of our members are able to drive, so they can be impacted. It depends on where their injury is in their brain and how much it's been impacted and how much they're able to regain. Some people might start off with a brain injury and not be able to drive, then they, in a couple of years, are able to get their drivers to be able to drive again. So some people drive themselves, or, get a ride from a family member. Some people are connected, they're very low income, and they have been impacted in such a way that they have the social services support to get transportation. Interestingly, we do community campuses on the bus route, or someone can take the public bus to get to us. Interestingly, with the program being virtual now, this transportation barrier is gone, which is great. Yeah. So our hope is that when we go back to being on campus again, that we will maintain also a virtual program, like at the same time a hybrid program, so that we can reach those folks, not only who may not have transportation but live too far. We had a member traveling once a week from Keene. His parents would come with him, bring him to the program for the day, and then drive back. So a 4-hour, drive each day to come to the program. That's how important it is, and that's how much of a need there is, and that's how few programs there are like this in our community.
Yeah, that's great. Now, do you have, not to put you on the spot at all, but some...
Isn't that your job?
Yeah.
He's good at it.
So just somebody that's like gone through the program and has just really, some great results of, something somebody's done because of the program, or?
Yeah, well, so I'm going to talk broadly, and I'll talk more specifically. Yeah. So we say once a member, always a member, because we're mostly serving people with chronic brain injury. And so while they have the capacity to make gains, they're still likely to need the support long-term, potentially for the rest of their lives. They may not necessarily need the as much over time. Yeah. So we serve a whole spectrum. So some people come into our program and it's very short-term for whatever reason, but it could be that they've gotten what they need and move on. Some people have been coming to our program since we started 20 years ago. And, we have new members coming in, and people, so it's kind of like evolving and revolving. And then sometimes people will come back into the program. Something's not working for them. They're needing some help in a particular area, and they'll come back to the program. So we don't kind of use the term graduation or what have you, because we always want our doors open for people, even if they
Yes.
leave for some reason or another. We absolutely have stories of people who have, gotten jobs, but, gotten back into the job force, made super gains in communication, because that can be such a barrier for anyone who has a communication challenge. So they're able to do things like, at first they weren't able to go order a meal at a restaurant because they were struggling so much with their communication, and then they, are able to build up that. So it's like these small things, like learning to tie your shoe again. Literally, that can be for some people, because they have one side deficit. Tying a shoe can be really tough, and so it's like small things like that to big things like we've had several members, fall in love, get married, have kids, all those great stories. Oftentimes people aren't able, with the kind of impact they've had on their brain, go back to what they did for work, but they're able to kind of pursue a new path and or do volunteer work. But the most important thing is that they're finding purpose and meaning. And so purpose and meaning can be departing and out in the community, or it could be finding purpose and meaning while participating in our program, or both. So that's kind of how we see it. Like, you know, people living a purposeful life that's fulfilling. They've got social connection, and they're pursuing things of interest themselves, the things that make them feel really good and connected in the world.
That's fantastic. So for me, you know, you said that you reach sort of, and now you can reach even further. If people do want to hear more about the Krempel Center, you know, they may know somebody that could really benefit from these services. What's the best way for them to make that first connection?
So the best way is to go to our website, either our website or Facebook. So our website is KREMPELS center.org. There's a lot of good information there about what we do, how we do it, and there's also email and phone number information there. You can also go to, if you use Facebook, and that's an easy place for you to go. We have a Facebook page, easy enough to find if you put in our name in the search engine, and that kind of shows you some of the things that we're up to, and also some contact information there. And you can use any of the you can call our main number as well, 570-2026. That's area code 603. And then find the directory if you're looking. We have some instructions there. If you're looking to find out more about the program, press this number. If you're looking to make a contribution, press this number. So we've got that set up so that people can follow along and find the person they need.
That's fantastic. So quick question. So, do you do fundraising? Can people donate if they want to? And
do we do fundraising, Lisa? Yes, we do.
I'm setting you up, and ever volunteers.
Yeah. So we do fundraise because we have to raise 80% of our budget that way, because we offer our service on a sliding scale. Half the people come for free, and another 30% pay on a sliding scale, and then some people can afford, but we have a lot to cover there. We have about $500,000 to raise each year. So we have several fundraising activities that we do. We have a couple of special events that people can participate in. One that just went by in May, which is the Cisco Brewers, it was Writers Alley Cisco Brewers 5K. It's probably gonna get renamed this upcoming year, but it's held at Cisco Brewery, though we had it virtual this year. That's a running, walking event that's super fun and festive, and doing something fun for yourself and doing well for this organization and brain injury survivors in your community is a pretty awesome feeling. For those who ride bikes, we actually have, it's gonna be our 10th year now, King Challenge, which is a cycling event. Whether it's a 10-mile family ride or a 60-mile ride with the pros kind of thing. Great fundraiser for us. This year it's virtual. It's our 10th year running it. It's a super fun event. Great community that gets behind us, and anyone who has a bike can participate, because you can basically do your ride anywhere, which was actually quite fun for our 5K. People really enjoyed being able to do their 5K in the woods or whatever, and then send pictures, so I think there's some benefits to virtual. I think we're all discovering some benefits to our weird pandemic world.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, so those are a couple ways that people can participate. With the events being virtual, we don't need volunteers for them now, but when they go back to in person, we absolutely need volunteers. So whether to register or to register as a volunteer, we'd love that kind of help. And I also wanted to mention, it's not really a fundraising thing, more just to get to know the organization better, because sometimes people have a hard time understanding what it is we do because it is so unique. Sometimes it helps to see it. And what we offer we used to do them in person, but now we're doing them virtually, called Fireside Chats. So if you go over, and basically it's an introduction to the organization and then seeing the program in action, which is pretty cool. People really enjoy it and find it really informational. So whether it's, just for a general, you're in the community, want to know, how this organization works, what it's about, or if you know someone, you know, that you think could benefit from the program, you know, we'd love to have you participate. Or if you think you'd make referrals to us, we'd love to have you participate in the Fireside Chat. And you can find out more about Fireside Chats by going to our website, and there's information right there about them, how you can sign up.
Well, Lisa, this has been fantastic. We so appreciate your time today to give us this overview of the Krempel Center. It's amazing the work that you do. It's so important.
Thank you.
For what you do. We want to thank you for being here and for sharing with us. And we're grateful to have you as part of the Cheers for Charity New Hampshire family.
Thanks for choosing Krempel Center. Appreciate it.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.